Hey everybody, welcome to another video of Jedi vs. Society. Let's get into it. In this video, we are going to be talking about Jedi versus motivation. Specifically, job motivation was the question. As you can see, how do you maintain job motivation when you just really don't like your job? Now, again, United States, capitalism, we can get into that one. That's a discussion, but we have to deal with what we have to deal with now. That brings us to our very first point, and I know you really can't see this, but you know, Jedi focus on the present moment. That's what we were talking about here. Focusing on the present moment. Alright? So in your job, in your life, in your schooling, it doesn't really matter whatever you're dealing with, Jedi training even, there's gonna be moments where it's gonna get tedious, it's not gonna be fun, it's gonna be it's not even gonna be challenging. That's not even really it. It's just, I don't want to do this, right? That's gonna come up. I don't want to do this. That could be chores, that could be job, that could be anything. That could be anything that you're gonna face in life. You have to focus on the present moment. You have to erase all this stuff of what could be, what you would rather be, what you used to do, what you want to do. Center, Jedi. Center. You want to focus on the present moment. Where are you at now? What do you need to get done? Get it done. That is always harder to do than to say. That is always harder to do than to say. But that's what you gotta bring it in. You gotta take that deep breath, do whatever meditation you need to do, and get down to it. And it takes time, it takes practice, but the more you do that, it's like any other skill. The more you do that, the more it's gonna become a little bit easier. The next part of this is a quote that I like, and it's from Leia Organa Solo, because it's from Legends. Don't confuse refusing help with not needing it. Point here is that sometimes you need help, and whether that's job, whether that's chores, whether that's something else. And I don't always mean help doing the job. I don't even mean that. What I mean is sometimes you just need help, you just need support, you just need encouragement, you just need someone to get you going, you just need a little help, a little reminder even. Maybe what you're working towards, what you're working for. That's something you have to look at. You have to look at. And we're going to get to a point here where we talk about the rewards of the job and things of that nature. But don't think you have to do this all on your own. That's usually the problem, is we're sitting in our own little cubicle or desk at school or whatever, and it gets really narrow, it gets really small, that we're doing this all on our own. Don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to talk to your inner circle, your support system, right? Social wellness, it's a core part of being a Jedi. Don't forget to do that. You know, sometimes you need help. Sometimes you need help from parents. That's fine, especially in today's age. I know the older generations don't get it, but in today's age, today's economy, the way that housing is done, and the lack of regulation there. But again, this isn't about capitalism. You're gonna need help at different points of your life to get through these things, and to kind of help motivate you through them. Motivation can be tough when you're doing something you really don't want to do. So where do you find it? Look to your social circle. Ask for help to kind of find that motivation to move forward. Sometimes your friends will give you rewards, you know, hey, if you get this job done, we'll go out for ice cream, or we'll grab a beer on me, or something like that, right? Whatever it is. Consider that. So reach out. Don't think you have to do this all on your own. And don't think about when you refuse help like that means you don't need it. No. 3 things together on how Jedi handle job motivation when you really don't want to do the job at hand. Find the joy, find the challenge, find the reward. Find the joy first of all. Here's an example. So I used to work as a mortgage collector. I sat on the phone asking people for their house payments, and that job was horrible, right? That's a soul-sucking job. It is a horrible job. Please don't be mean to the people on the other end of that line unless they deserve it, but understand that that is a horrible job, and they're dealing with a lot of stuff. Okay, point being here is that, one, I would try to work in movie quotes throughout my calls. And however many movie quotes I got was a point, right? And then the more obscure or longer the movie quote, the more points, okay? But if you were able to work in just any quote, like,
control, control, you must learn control.
You got a point for working that into the conversation. It had to flow within the conversation, and it had to, yeah, it couldn't be outside of the normal conversation, but having that game. And then I had a friend who also worked in the same call center, and we would compare points at the end of it, or if we just had like a really good one that we worked in, then we would share that story. That made it a bit more fun. That helped you move throughout your day and kind of do your job because you had more fun. And that also applies to find the challenge, like the quotes. I found the challenge in the job, but also your job or schoolwork or whatever, again, chores might present their own challenges. Find the challenge in that. This is a challenge. Can I wash the dishes before I get to the end of my playlist? So try to find that challenge within the job and relish that challenge and try to beat that challenge and try to meet the challenge. You know, some jobs are tougher than others and they present their own challenges. Try to relish that. Try to look at it as this challenge, this obstacle that you're going to overcome, and take on that challenge. Be a Jedi. Take on that challenge. Save the day. Last one, find the reward. Now, in our capitalistic society, people will tell you all the time the paycheck, right? The overtime, the holiday pay. People, hey, you're getting overtime. Think about the paycheck. Think about this and that. And that's what they're trying to do here, is they're trying to help you find the reward in what you're doing. Focus on what you can do with your money. And that's what a lot of people do to get by. With this paycheck, I'm going to spend it here, or I'm going to get to do here. And where people get frustrated is when you're trying to find the reward, and your reward is, well, you get to keep the lights on, and you get to keep some food in the fridge, and you get to keep some hot water and maybe a Netflix account. Oh, it's tough. That's where we lose the job motivation, right? I mean, when you're up here and you're being a politician, you're getting paid millions of dollars a year. Well, you know, it's a pretty cushy life, man. Yeah, I'm sure people I'm sure they find the reward very easily. Where you need to find the reward is finding the reward in the job. You have to find the reward in the job. Paycheck ain't gonna be there. Even if it is like I work so I can go play on the weekends, or I work so I can afford video games, or I work so I can buy Star Wars books, or whatever it may be, or hey, you know, buy some of those books over there, whatever. You have to look for the reward in the job. You have to try to find that accomplishment with what you're doing, the ability to help, you know, the ability to make a difference. And it may not seem like that, right? It may not seem like that if you're no matter your job, it may not seem like that, but I'll bet you there's people, again, go to your friends, they'll tell you, hey, you made a difference on this person. Hey, you made a difference when you wrote this thing. Hey, you made a difference when you helped that customer who was clearly having a bad day, and, you know, just the way you handled that situation, you know, they left looking different, they were looking brighter, they had a little more pep in their step, or something like that. So you have to find the reward in the job. And if you can do that, you'll maintain your motivation for the job. So that's the main thing there. So I feel like that covers all of our points here. I feel we brought that as best as we can together. Motivation for doing what you have to do is really tough, but really it just comes down to, and say it with me, be a Jedi. That's all it is, right? You follow the Jedi circle, you apply the Jedi method, and shazam, there you go. This is about living in the present moment, readjusting our focus, and kind of reminding ourselves why we're doing what we're doing. What are we here for? Why are we doing what we're doing? And where is this going to lead us? Consider the path forward. And that should hopefully lead you to the motivation to do what you need to do, even if that means finding a new job. Something to consider. Okay, thank you for watching, Jedi. You know where the buttons are. May the Force be with you.
We like to think we have some form of control still, making our constant binary choices and voicing our equally shallow opinions more loudly or quietly. Most people can't even decide what color to wear or which burger to eat. What does it matter, man? Autonomy is an illusion.